Damn, YouTube sucks dick. Here we go. Here's the video. I guess okay. That's search engine optimization. I didn't realize it said the title of the documentary was I slept with 100 men in one day.
I'm Lily Phillips, and today I'm getting run through by 100 guys.
The world of adult entertainment is $1 billion business.
Why is this music so loud?
Can't explain all the feelings that you're making me feel.
Hi Lily, I'm Josh.
I'm over here. How are you?
Okay. Nice to meet you. Is it a shoes off house, a shoes on house?
Shoes on, honestly, I've got a dog, like, it's a total mess. Do you want a glass of water?
I would love a glass
Honestly,
of water.
I mean,
Even,
these are like...
could I have a tea? As a word, like, is that the right, like, terminology? I'm a YouTuber, so I'm a bit red-faced and new to this world, but what is the, like...
People call me anything. Star, escort, OnlyFans girl, anything really, I don't really care. It's not like a bother to me. You know, I don't drink tea.
Did you see that Legal Eagle is suing the FBI and the US government? Wait, what? I didn't know that. We can look into that later.
Yeah, oh, really?
No, so this is probably going to taste like shit because I don't really know how to make it, but just good for one thing, me, honestly.
Having been involved in the world of YouTube content creation for 10 years, I've witnessed some extreme measures taken in order to achieve online fame, as well as taking some extreme measures of my own. But none quite as extreme as the stunt I came across which inspired this documentary. Lily Phillips, a 23-year-old OnlyFans star living in London who describes herself as an English was planning on hosting an event where she would sleep with 100 of her fans in a single day.
How did you get into doing this for a career?
Well, I started when I was at university. Very, very tame stuff. Hand bras, underwear, things like that. Because I was at university, I was like, I'm being a anyway, could make a little bit of money.
What do you mean by you were being a anyway?
Like, I was just being a at university. Like, I was just sleeping around with everyone.
But I feel like I know of a lot of girls who have done that at university but then haven't gone on to become OnlyFans stars.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I just was like already very, not proud, like very just okay with doing that. Like I've just always had quite like a sexual nature.
Yeah.
I just thought I might just make like a couple £100, can get a few rounds of drinks in, stuff like that. Just helps me out a little bit while I'm at university.
Sure.
I didn't think it would turn into like my whole career. But I think as soon as I started on the platform, I kind of realised, I guess, how much money you can make and also just how much I loved it. I was just like, why am I doing a whole degree? Last week I was like 23 guys all at once, and like some people would be like, you're insane, like I would have to be paid to do that. And I'm like, no, that's just fun to me.
Would you call yourself a businesswoman?
I don't know about that. People would give me a bit of stick if I said I was a businesswoman, but I guess definitely business-minded.
I would call you a businesswoman.
Thanks. A lot more people would use the word just, I guess.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I literally, I've never really cared what people think. It doesn't really bother me. I have such a supportive like family and friends, and what they think about me is so much more important than what strangers think about me. Come on in. Hi.
Hey, I'm Josh.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So tall, isn't it?
Which, by the way, is like actually one of the healthiest mindsets to have. It's the mindset I have. It's one of the reasons why I think I can do content. And it's like, I really don't care what random haters on the internet have to say. I care about what you guys have to say. I care about what my friends and family members have to say. I care about the people who like me. When they criticize me, I care about what they have to say. I really don't give a fuck what somebody who already dislikes me has to say. Like, what? oh my God, whoa, you think I'm mid? How will I recover from this? You think I'm dumb? Oh no, this is awful. Oh gosh, geez, what am I gonna do? Oh no, like, it doesn't matter. Their opinions don't matter.
You a PA?
Yes, yeah.
So how many people are there in Team Lily?
8, 9?
There's 9.
I don't know. Yeah, quite a.
I think we're on 9 now.
Yeah, 9 now. Yeah.
9 payrolled members of staff.
Yeah.
You are a businesswoman. I've seen you say on podcasts and things before that your family and your parents are proud of you and what you've achieved.
Well, my parents knew straight from the start, like, about what I was doing. Yeah, I was just very open with it. Obviously, at the start, they were a bit apprehensive because they want me to be safe and
Yeah.
they want me to make good decisions and stuff like that. I just think I can't hold myself back and do something that I'm scared what other people might think.
Your parents must be very sort of forward-thinking and open-minded, which is great, because I think
Yeah.
if I told my parents that I was the UK's biggest cunt, they probably they wouldn't like that. You show me the set.
No, of course, the set where the magic happens.
What's this?
I was trying to train my dog how to use it to like get so she needs.
Oh, so that's not for.
No, it's not for like sexual purposes. Don't you worry. Are you into any of that like kinky stuff?
Not massively, no judgment, but like I haven't done much kinky stuff.
No, usually.
Oh God. Are they saying cum rag? No, I think they're saying cum slut.
Usually just like get my little camera, pop it on there. I mean, it's usually quite easy. And then it depends if we're doing like we usually talk through if we want to do like a storyline.
Yeah.
Or just more of like a gonzo video.
What's a gonzo video?
Just normal, like just the actual part. I'd rather do it like this where I prop it up, or like have my assistant film it for me, because then you can usually get a bit better angles if like someone else is moving it.
And that's not like awkward, like having her film it or anything?
No, not at all. This is like my toy drawer.
Okay.
I'll get some out for you. You'll be shocked as to what goes up my ass.
I'm afraid that's just a cone.
It's a hefty thing. Go up either hole.
No, it can't.
These are more like my toys. Before I do a shoot, I'll wear like a plug all day. This is more for like girl on girl stuff.
Yeah, it's got the double end.
This one's another like big kind of one.
Looks angry. Looks like Smog from The Hobbit.
Smog?
Is the dragon.
That's more like a toy, but it's quite cool because you can put that in and it's like see-through and you can obviously see inside your hole.
Which is obviously great.
These ones are always fun because they get like all types of bodily liquids like in there. Vibrators, very relatable. Normal kind of looking ones.
Right.
Strap on, tail, double toy stuff.
Oh, he's got a bum. Thank you for showing us.
No worries.
After showing me her eclectic collection, Lily invited
This is so sick, dude. I'm sorry. I love my sex worker friends. I love them. I love the idea of like having a full collection. It's like, you guys have to admit, it's cooler than having like a Funko Pop collection.
me to join her for a stroll on the King's Road to find an outfit to wear for her upcoming big day of sleeping with 100 men.
What would be the demographic of guy that would recognize you normally?
I'd say more of a, it's going to sound mean, but more like a chubby, younger guy. And not ones that you'd find in Chelsea, I don't think.
Right. You're gonna have sex with 100 guys. Do you ever think about what it would be like if you ran into one of them in the streets after that had happened?
When I did 37 guys in a day, I genuinely can't remember any of their faces.
Right.
Or maybe if I saw their then like I'd recognise them. But
yeah.
If I don't find someone attractive, I struggle to like look at them while I'm having sex with them.
But you don't struggle to have sex with them?
No. Before I had sex, I was never much of a I actually wanted to wait till marriage at one point. I just used to think it was a real special thing. As soon as I actually did it and had, I kind of realised that it wasn't special. And also that I just really loved it and really enjoyed it, and that I wanted to do it way more often.
And do you think your partner one day will be someone from the industry most likely, or?
Yeah, I talk about this a lot with my parents because that's the one thing I guess they worry about is like, will you ever find a boyfriend?
Yeah.
But there's so many guys out in the world. I think, you know, one poor bastard's got to marry me. I rather think it's going to be someone from the industry or someone who is into lending me out.
Lending you out?
Yeah, like into hot wife or being a...
We're looking basically for an outfit for you to wear when you have sex with 100 guys in one day.
Yeah. These guys have all seen me online, like I can't turn up looking like a hag.
No.
It's cute. Do you like that one or the black one? I can always get both.
Will you just get like one, or will you get like a few?
I might get a couple in case one gets a bit soggy.
It's all tax deductible.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
Something
amazing.
to do with your business. That's quite nice. A bit more of a push up.
Yeah, I've left Lily to it. Are these men going to be appreciating the time, effort, and dedication that has gone into this? It's not actually, but I'm filming a video with a girl who's going to be sleeping with 100 guys in one day, and she is picking out her outfit for that day.
Oh, how interesting. Does she find
British people. Oh, how interesting.
them on the internet?
Yes, so you can apply if you're a subscriber of her OnlyFans, so up to 100 people, and then the whole 100 of them get to have sex with her one at a time on the 19th of October in London.
Oh, and it's on television.
It's going to be on her OnlyFans.
Oh, I see. Okay. She's got to have an early night tonight.
Yes, she does a lot of electrolytes.
Oh my god, I love these women. It's going to be on the TV, on the telly.
A lot of sustenance, a lot of fiber.
Okay, lovely.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a great
Lovely.
night. Lovely to meet you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye then. She seemed kind of okay with that, which I wasn't expecting.
Is this one of them fake taxis?
I don't know what's a fake taxi.
You don't know what fake taxi is? Have you never seen like it on Hub? It's called fake taxi, and basically the taxi driver ends up like f***ing the passenger.
This is my favorite thing about every single one of my friends that does sex work. They're so inundated with all of the sex work stuff because you can't be shy about sex or shy about porn when you're making it, right? So they're all very comfortable. So they're always the best people to go anywhere with because they just will do this in public. And other people are like, oh,
Yeah. Search it all when you get home.
I'm the
funny.
guy. That's me. That's me hanging out with my friends. I'm just like, oh my God. You're mugging the shit out of this guy. Oh my God.
Is this a normal day in the life of Lily Phillips?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm gonna go home now. Do
Yeah.
some content and stuff like that. I'll show you how I go about just filming day to day.
How much does it cost for the video calls?
How much are they? Like 100 per minute.
Per minute?
300 for 5 minutes, and then
She
500
knows.
for 10 minutes.
Wow.
Do you think a taxi driver would know what fake taxi was?
Oh, he knows.
Lily agreed to show me the business side of her operation. OnlyFans might be what she enjoys, but it also provides a hefty paycheck.
My favorite thing about the people who like to shit on OnlyFans models, they'll be like, I can see you naked for $5. Whore. It's like, is this what you say when you're about to pay for like Netflix? Netflix, it's only $10 a month. They don't know I'm robbing them. Like, what do you think? Like, do you think you're the only person spending that? What's wrong with you?
Your moneymaker is OnlyFans.
I started an OnlyFans.
$1 million in a day.
£42,000 in one.
This music is so loud, dude. Maybe it's just me. It might just be, oh, I think my audio is just really loud. It's just my personal audio that's loud.
I'm gonna go get some oysters and champagne.
You have your little ones?
They can cry in a Ferrari.
I'll show you my first month. $13,338.
And can you give us like any indication as to what a more recent month might look like?
I'll just show you. I don't really want to say if that's okay.
I think it's more money than you might be imagining. And you made me pay for the cab. So you say you're going to do some work today. Like, how are you going to decide what to film this afternoon?
I usually am going to prioritize.
Art of the deal. Art of the deal, baby. Art of the deal.
My customs.
Like they've paid for like a customized request?
Yeah, customized request that maybe I say their name in it or something that they're really into that I don't have already. Sin, what you're up to. Sometimes it's just general conversation, like sometimes guys just want to talk.
Have you like recognized any of the names in here of people that you might know?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's been some guys like outwardly say like we used to go to school together.
Wow.
Or some of like dad's friends and stuff like that.
What messaging you?
Yeah. I just tried to keep it very professional.
Your version of keeping it professional is sort of the opposite of everyone else's version of keeping it professional?
Yeah.
Have you ever received any scary message on here, that like something that frightened you or made you feel unsafe?
Some people's requests are sometimes way too much. Like I had literally last week, like, can you put a bag over your head and pretend to be like suffocated? It depends obviously on the request, but stuff like that I probably won't do. I don't want to encourage it. Like that for me, I don't think that's doing helping
What if someone
society.
offered you $1 million to do it?
I probably would bend my morals for that, yeah.
Yeah, me too. You've got a spreadsheet.
You guys weren't lying. Bitch, clean your screen. It is so dirty. God damn. Bro.
This is incredible. I can't believe you tried to tell me you weren't a businesswoman at one point. You've got a spreadsheet.
It's blurred intentionally. No, I'm talking about the top that's not blurred, where you can see that it's like got fingerprints all over it.
This guy has paid for a bottle of spit and a 6-minute video.
You did what, sorry?
I paid for like a bottle of spit, like just me like spitting into a bottle.
And is he going to receive that? Or?
Yeah, I'll send it in the post.
Lily invited us to observe the creation of a custom one of her subscribers had paid $300 for.
So the guy's asked for a off instruction and he wants it kind of a dog style, so a little bit more.
Jerk off instructions are crazy, dude. That one is like, JOIs are crazy, dude. I get the appeal, to be clear. I'm not saying that it's, I'm not shaming these people, okay? I just could not imagine asking or doing. It's so crazy. It's so crazy, dude. Oh my God. But I get the appeal. To be clear, I understand. I get it. Audio can be very sexy.
Or like me telling him what to do. And he's asked for me to wear a black bikini and some high heels. So I'm sure we've got one in here somewhere.
are absolutely disgusting. So anyway, unrelated, would you mind counting down from 10?
Oh God. Sending spit is way more wild. I mean, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Sending your spit to someone being like, can I have a bottle of your spit? That seems crazy to me.
I mean, this one's extremely skimpy, so I'm sure he'll like that.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
All the best.
Good luck.
Is it that you're going to get him to eat his own semen?
Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
You ready to be my pathetic little loser for the next 3 minutes? I want you to take it and eat it. Well done, thanks for being my loser. Bye.
That was very interesting.
It's kind of fun. You're kind of like playing an acting role.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is the other thing I'll say. All right. I have to admit something to all of you guys. It's gonna make me look like a total loser, but it's fine. I share everything anyway, so who cares? I have so much respect for sex workers because I am so shy about sex. I'm so shy. Like I love the idea of being like girl boss. Like I love the idea of being dommy mommy, but then like when it actually comes down to it, I'm so shy. I'm the shyest person on the planet. Like it's very stupid and it's very annoying because in all other facets of my life, I am not shy. I am very confrontational. I am down to fucking square the fuck up. But then like I'm just so shy about it. I'm just like, oh, hi. Hi. I can't believe I can't imagine doing this. Like having the power to do this. I don't have the power. I don't have the power at all. Oh my God. Oh, oh my God.
What Lily had shown us.
Oh, sorry. I had a point when I was going. The people I've spoken to who do sex work, who've talked about doing sex work and talked about how they sort of get into it, they like to talk about it like they are playing a D&D campaign and they have a character. And they pretend to be this like succubus character. And that's what like helps them get into the mindset. And I'm like, that's so smart. Wait. Wait, that's actually so big brain. Oh shit.
So far was fairly in keeping.
God, your friends are nerds. Why do you think they're my friend? Why do you think they deal with me? It's because I am a nerd. They have to be nerds.
Most creators on OnlyFans. However, what she was planning to do in a couple of weeks' time had never been seen before.
This is where the applications are coming through.
Where the guys are messaging. I had it switched off for a little bit, so it's just...
So how are you doing this? You put out a phone number.
Yeah.
And people can just apply?
Yeah, so I put out a little Twitter post, and all you do always have to send in a photo of you holding your ID. So this guy's from Belgium. He is 32. Oh, he's from Barbados. Jesus. We're going global.
Is this just going to be completely random as to how you pick them?
Yeah. Like we said, we prioritize the ones who have STI checks.
Which is, by the way,
the only thing I'm nervous for is like for them to have a good time.
I will just say this again. I like, if I was her, I would fire her team immediately. The fact that they are prioritizing and not requiring STI tests, like you could literally, with the money that she is making and the money that she is going to make off of all of this stuff, off of the infamy, they could literally have someone, she could have a dedicated assistant that goes with each of these men to a clinic and stays with them the entire time while they get STI testing. It is not that much work. It is not that much work. It does not take that much work to get tested. It really does not. Honestly, they probably even could have like an STI van just show up on location. They probably could hire their own fucking lab techs and just have them. Because I know that brothels in, I think it was Australia, they have testing on site for these sex workers. Because it's not that much. You just need some piss cups and you need some blood test or whatever. Well, I think the blood test, though, that takes like time because you actually need to like... But at the very least, for swabs and for piss tests, those like, if it's like 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes. It is insane that they didn't have all of these people test. That is disgusting. Like that is, sorry, not disgusting in the puritanical sex way, but disgusting in the, that is a disgusting use of power on behalf of her team. That is like, her team is just, they didn't test. No, they just prioritized people who tested. And also, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to say it. If you're a dude, okay, if you were one of the men in this instance, why wouldn't you want mandatory testing? You don't know who else is going to be there. Hello? Hello? You don't know what order, what number you're gonna be? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I have no words. I'm sorry.
I want to make sure they enjoy themselves and don't come away from it like, oh, I feel disgusted or that wasn't fun. 2006.
Oh my God.
So
how does that make him? So 18.
18, yeah. I mean, he does like 18, doesn't he? Hey there, I know I'm late, but would love to f you and lose my virginity.
He actually said loose my virginity. To get his spelling fixed.
I think other people in the industry definitely look down on me for doing this, but I think at the end of the day, people...
Do you think they'll have the dudes pull a number like they're at the deli counter? Just like I like the idea of a guy who, oh God, oh my, I was about to say a guy who handles meat. Thinking about like butchers. A guy who handles meat at the counter being like, number 47, now serving number 47.
Don't forget that it's also my fantasy, and this is also something that I'm really enjoying and want to do and have wanted to do before I was even in the industry.
Our filming was interrupted briefly by a phone call from Lily's mother. Apparently she calls Lily every day.
Mum always calls me every day. What have you been up to today? I'm just getting railed, what are you? No, they're just sort of checking in on me.
The other thing that's, I don't know if interesting is the right word. I guess like anecdotally what I've found is OnlyFans models tend to either be the sweetest people on the planet. Why did this chatter get timed out? Anyways, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. OnlyFans models tend to be one of two things. They either tend to be the sweetest people on the planet, like genuinely the nicest people, and a big reason why they do OnlyFans is because they're willing to work hard and do sex work, whether they personally want to or not, and in a way to support their family, their friends, to have financial freedom that they've never had before. Or they're like racist. That's it. That's it. It's just that or they're racist. Those are the only two options you have. It's like the meme of like the fork in the road. It's like be an amazing person and use your financial freedom to help those around you, or be racist. And that's it.
You've obviously spoken to your parents about this, right?
I actually haven't. My parents know what I do, but I'm not on the phone to them every day going, oh, you know, I just got DP'd,
that would be weird
guys today,
yeah,
or this and that. They don't need to know the logistics.
Of course.
I do feel a little bit like embarrassed being like, Mom and Dad, I'm 100 guys.
Why?
I guess because it's not really what my parents would have wanted me to do. Doesn't mean to say my parents are like gonna disown me or hate me or anything like that. I just don't want them to think less of me, you know? Like we can still be like very close and stuff like that, but I just don't think they need to know like exactly every single detail.
That would also be weird, and you also don't do it for other types of work, so it doesn't even make sense to do it in this context. Right? Like, you ever show up at your fucking Thanksgiving dinner and then explain all of the logistics of your job? Like, no. Maybe you'll talk about particular coworkers that were weird or something, you know? I tell my mom about every email I send. Thank you very much. Yeah. Biz, thank you so much for the tier 1. And like, unfortunately, a lot of this documentary is being watched by total shit for brains. So they don't understand that the context that she's talking about this is sort of a similar social context of like being queer, I think, especially in like early 2000s. Like shortly, I think, after the HIV/AIDS epidemic, it wasn't that, I think a large number of parents didn't want their kids to be gay because of the social stigma. Not because they would love them less, but because those kids would be in danger of like bullying or physical abuse or sexual abuse. and those kids would be potentially denied work, and you know, just in general, their life would be harder, even though that shouldn't be the case, right? And I think this is a sort of similar thing. There's nothing inherently morally wrong, and I would love for someone to actually explain it in words that make sense, that isn't just like an appeal to fucking tradition or whatever. I don't think that there is anything inherently evil about wanting to have sex as your job. Like, people play video games as their job, okay? I would argue one of these things is more difficult than the other. All right? A false no. Thank you. Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Thank you. A false 9. I recognize that reference. Yeah. I have like something in my eye, like some cat fur or something, dude. Anyways. It's so annoying. Whatever. I'll just try and ignore it. But yeah, it's the same thing. Like, people watch porn. Basically, every single man on this planet has watched some porn or still watches porn. People clearly want this service. What's wrong with the workers existing? You can't want the end result and then shame the people who make it. It's the same argument behind like treating McDonald's workers like shit. Right? So you want your fucking Big Mac, you want your fucking snack wrap that's coming back in 2025, you want your fries, you want your meal. I get it. I'm a fat fuck too. I want my junk food. I get it. I respect it. But I also want those people to work for fair wages. I want them to be able to live in the city that they work in comfortably if they work their 40 hours. Okay? I think that they should be able to be respected. I don't think that people should be like, oh, you better go to school so you don't end up being a McDonald's worker. Like, it shouldn't be that way. It's a job that people want it's a service that people request and that people want. We should treat the people who do the work with respect. Same thing here. People very clearly want to watch porn. It's something that people can do currently, right now, with the advent of OnlyFans, pretty fucking safely. Because the biggest problem with porn historically has been that usually women, not to say that men have never been exploited, but usually women have been exploited heavily by the porn industry. And now women actually have a way to, and men, have a way to create pornographic content in a very safe environment on their terms. And there's still people mad. It's like, what? So when I see her talking about this is not her being like, oh, I'm ashamed because I do porn. No, it's I'm ashamed, or like I'm worried that I'm shaming my family because they understand that the social stigma behind this might make my life harder and it might be dangerous for me. And I feel bad making them worry. Rather than like, oh, porn is inherently evil and bad and having sex is inherently evil and bad.
But they'll find out, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. This is the thing, I think, with like my like career and stuff like that. We're not sat here talking about, oh, I filmed this with brothers today, or you know, I filmed this, because there's just no need. I remember my dad saying, like, my friends talked about you, like seeing you on mobile or something like that, and they know, but like there's just no point in being like, oh, you know, I'm doing this or doing that.
Yeah. Are there days where you second guess it ever?
Not particularly. There are days where I'm sat here on a Sunday, I am feeling a little bit more lonely. My friends have all got boyfriends, and I'm like, you know, I see a comment and people are like, God, no one's ever gonna marry you, or something like that. And that can definitely like make me feel a little bit like, oh God, have I chose the wrong career? But like, I just totally love my job. But just like people talking about your body constantly, how you look, every day someone like picking at you, I think that's the hard part. And also just the pure fact that people think so much less of you. Yeah. Before anyone ever meets you, they already perceive you to be something. I think now I'd find it hard to make friends in terms of like real friends that really just see me for who I am and not like, gosh, like porn star online, whatever, this kind of like persona.
Yeah.
Or also just like all of social media, like everyone is preying on your downfall. Banks don't allow you to bank with them. Your Instagram's trying to get shut down. Like, you know, it's just like the little things that's just like, no one likes what you do. And everyone just thinks less of you, basically.
But they'll still consume the content. And this is why, like, I said it earlier in the stream, it happens to be relevant again to talk about now, but this is why, like, unless it's someone who's a close friend or a family member, or honestly, you guys, I don't care about the opinion. I don't have the energy to give a fuck what some loser online has to say. Like, it just doesn't matter. It's just like, you are someone who is comfortable saying this because you're on the internet. And when push came to shove, I know 99.999% of these people would not have the balls to say it to me to my face. So why should I care? Right? And at the end of the day, they just have the same scripted comments over and over and over again. I think this is the most offensive part. I think because I got bullied so hard, I'm very, making sure Wormy's not pressing the power button. I'm very thick-skinned to mediocre insults. And I'm almost like annoyed by mediocre insults. Like, if you insult me, it better be a good one. All right, if you're going through the trouble of insulting me, of trying to make me feel bad, you gotta try a little harder. Like, have some standards, dude. Come on. Come on. Oh my, opinion detected, OnlyFans detected. Oh. Let me guess, you also have someone wipe your ass for you because you're too stupid to know how to do it yourself? When you're like not sure what 2 + 2 equals, you have to ask your friend for that information as well? Just you can't do anything yourself. You have to borrow it from other people. Boring. Boring. Come on. Come on, dude. Something a little better. A little better. Bullied IRL or online? Oh, IRL. Myron is so bad at it. It was so bad. It was so bad. Myron went after me, which, like, again, judge me by my enemies. I posted a Kim Possible cosplay for Halloween, my little costume. And I just wrote, like, banned on Twitch so mods won't see me post Halloween costume on main. And he responded saying, OnlyFans detected, opinion discarded. That insult doesn't even make sense. I didn't say an opinion, you fucking moron. Hello? You're so dumb. There wasn't an opinion there. Oh my God. I don't, if you're gonna insult, just make it a good one. Just make it. Half the chatters in here that are shitters, I keep them around because they do good insults. They do good insults. Okay? That's the truth. Okay? So if you ever see a shitter in chat, it's because I think that they're funny. All right? You're allowed to insult people if it's funny. You're not allowed to insult people if it's just like slurs and OnlyFans. Oh, it's so boring. Having the same reaction to insults, you find in relationships you get annoyed when your partner reacts dramatically or defensively to small, lighthearted pokes or constructive criticisms. Well, I know better than to date people who would be hurt by stuff like that. Like, I think it's a good quality, and this is why I've talked about it before. I don't think it is inherently a red flag if you haven't dated a lot, or if you've been single for like 5-10 years or whatever. And I've talked about it, about how, like, I think much more of a red flag is the people who, like, bunny hop relation to relationship, like they're relationship addicts and they are never not in a relationship. Like, that's way more of a red flag for me, because I think if you know what you want and you're constantly trying to improve yourself as a person, and when I say know what you want, I mean, like, you understand the type of personality you have and you want to find someone who accommodates that and is complementary to that. Or you want to spend more time on your job and you want to secure your career first, or you want to finish school before you dive into a relationship. I think that that's very respectable. I think that that's very, very respectable. I mean, like, me personally, I know better than to enter relationships with people who I know it will not work. I know that we have serious personality mismatches. One of which would be like someone who would be too hurt by insults that I make, just like funny insults, just like really lighthearted stuff, that not anything that's actually like mean, and not anything I think in public spaces, because that's like, I think that pushes it too far. But in like the comfort of my own home, in private, I should be able to, obviously context matters and everything, but like if I was dating someone who didn't have an ED, I want to be able to see them reach for the bag of chips and be like, haha, fatty, in the same way that I would want them to do it to me. Obviously, if someone I was dating had ED, like an eating disorder, I wouldn't do that because that might trigger their eating disorder. But if you don't have an eating disorder, I think at that point it's just a little funny. I think it's just a little funny. It's just light roasting, like fun banter. But I obviously wouldn't want to date someone who doesn't want that banter. Because that's like, I don't get to express my personality in this way that I like to express my personality. And I would be like, oh man, I wish they would insult me and roast me a little bit so I can roast them a little bit. It's the same sort of thing. Like, just, I feel like you know who you are and you know what you want, and you should try and find other people that are like that. And I feel like the people that I know who enter a lot of relationships that end very quickly, I can't believe, like, I've had people tell me I'm in a really long relationship. I'm like, oh, like, how long have you guys been together? Like a year or 2 years? They're like 3 months. I'm like, is it your first relationship? That's okay if it is. I'm not judging. They're like, no, this is my 7th one. This is the longest one. I'm like, oh, I guess we have different timelines. I guess. Oh, okay. But the problem is, and the reason why their relationships end, this is one particular friend of mine, is because they get enamored with this person and they groove so well with them, but then they kind of ignore all of the ways where they're not compatible. And then eventually, after enough time passes, those things come up. And if you just ignore that stuff, like, it doesn't just go away. Right? You want people to laugh at jokes that aren't funny? Yes, yes, yes. If I'm dating someone, they have to laugh at all of my jokes. Okay? That's like rule number 1, all right? That's rule number 1. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Laugh at every joke or perish by my hands, or we will enter hand-to-hand combat to the death. Would you date a streamer? No, I would never do that. I would never ever do that, ever, because streamers are disgusting. No, the real reason is because streaming is already so much work. I would not want to have to deal with like the stress of doing my whole stream and then also having to stress about somebody else's stream. Like, I would not want to do that. Also, most streamers are insane, dude. Most streamers are pretty wild, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Also, but I've also talked about this with you guys before. I don't publicize my relationships for a reason. I never want to end up having to fucking do a Twitter breakup. Every single person I know who does content who's had to have a public breakup has described it as one of the worst things on the planet. Because the entire time you're dating this person, you're receiving harassment. I've known like friends of friends that have dated really big YouTubers. For their privacy, I'm not gonna mention the YouTuber names, but really big YouTubers, and like they're literally getting letters in the mail, like hate mail. Like mail, like physical mail, not DMs, mail. From like the same like few people over and over and over again. I was recently told a story about someone who had realized, they were like, I haven't gotten any mail in like 2 months. I wonder what's happening. Why is it not working? And they call the post office and they're like, hey, my name is blah, blah, I'm at this address. Like, is there a reason we haven't gotten any mail? I don't understand how I haven't gotten any mail. And they're like, oh, you put a hold on it. You called us 2 months ago and put a hold on it. And they're like, I'm sorry, what? No, I didn't. They're like, no, we have on record. And she was like, well, what's the process? Oh, well, you have to have the correct phone number and the address and the name, and then we can put a hold on your mail. And as it turns out, this fucking freak anti-fan, or this fan of this YouTuber who happens to be dating someone who's mad that they're dating someone else, borderline like stalking type behavior, called the post office and froze their mail, which obviously is something very illegal to do. But like, that's the type of shit that happens when you are in public relationships on the internet. The other problem, especially if you are a female content creator, that's if you're not a content creator. If you're a female content creator online and you ever date anyone publicly, and Pokemon's talked about this, people will attribute your success to the person you're dating. I'm sure many of you guys in here have probably seen people attribute Cutie's success to Ludwig. Meanwhile, it's totally the other way around. And it just sucks to constantly be introduced as like, oh, this is Blah's girlfriend or whatever. When I saw all this stuff, and I spoke to a lot of friends of mine who'd done content for a while, their advice was like, don't ever publicize your relationships. You should have... I also think on a personal level, people should have the privacy. Should have their own fucking... I don't think you give up all of your personal privacy just because you decided you wanted to make content online. Like, so yeah, I personally don't plan on doing it, and I don't think I ever will do it. So Schrodinger's relationship, I am both single and in a relationship until you open the box, okay? Because it's so much stress, and then you have to worry about any harm you're inflicting on this other person. And then when you're single, it's like, lol, you're single. And then when you're in a relationship, it's like, lol, they're going to leave you. And it's just, it's a total fucking mess. It's just a mess, and it's not worth it. It is absolutely not worth it. So I would much rather just, that's my private life. I'm allowed to have my private life. You know, I'm allowed to have that. Femcel. I wish I was a femcel, dude. I straight up do. I like people too much, dude. My boyfriend's a streamer who's done stuff with Konami and Prime Gaming and whatnot, and this girl posted an entire thread on Twitter accusing him of abusing me, and I'm jealous of her. We're so much more low-key now, LMAO. Jesus, Talia. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like people will... And I'm not even saying this like in an insulting way or like try to be funny, but that is actually like schizophrenic behavior. Like that is literally schizo posting. Like they're having delusions about what the fuck is happening because they want to pretend like something is happening that's not happening. Hello, Majority Report. Hi. Hello, Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We were actually just watching this documentary about Lily Phillips, the OnlyFans model who did the whole promotion to sleep with 100 men in one day. And then we got sort of sidetracked about relationships and relationship statuses and how there are a lot of parasocial fans and also parasocial anti-fans. And those people have made me, and also I think a lot of other people, recognize that public relationships suck. Public relationships are a terrible idea. And if anyone in here ever wants to do content or is considering getting into a relationship with someone who does content, you want that to be private. You do. I promise you, you want that to be private. You don't want that. Because these people are weird. A lot of people who will reply and talk about this stuff it's weird stuff. But sorry I'm getting sidetracked. Let's press play.
I see that you've kind of like taken on the word like and almost owned it in a way.
Yeah, 100%. I don't mind being called a... I'm sleeping with 100 guys in a day. That is the definition of a surely.
Would you refer to yourself as a feminist?
Yeah. At the end of the day, doesn't feminists mean like you just want equal rights for boys and girls? And yeah, I do what I want and I do it because I enjoy it. I think there are obviously some women that maybe go into it because they have to or need the money and stuff like that, or they're kind of coached into it.
Dude, I love her. I love her, Lily. Lily, I love you. Let me be parasocial. I'm kidding. No, but actually, like, the way that she talks about content and the way that she talks about the internet and stuff, it's very similar to a lot of like the content friends that I have and the sex worker friends that I have. You got thank you so much for the raid. Hi, raiders. Welcome, raiders. Wow, big raid day. We are watching this documentary of the OnlyFans model who slept with 100 men in a day. And she's just talking about her experience. She seems really sweet.
By men. But my personal experience is I've only ever felt empowered by the fact that I'm making money off something that I think guys will do anyway. Like, guys are always going to sexualize me, so I may as well try and profit off that bit.
And this has been a common thing that I've seen from a lot of female content creators who've done content. It's like, you're going to sexualize me anyways, so why should I just take it laying down? Like, I might as well profit off of this, actually.
I mean, not all guys are going to sexualize you.
I don't really know. I think I mean, I'm not, maybe not all guys, but a ton would. I mean, I'm like a part of the problem. It's so hard.
I think a lot, if you're on the internet as a woman, a lot, I would put it at least like 50%. I would say at least 50% will sexualize you. So why not make it a mutually beneficial relationship?
Like, doing extreme stuff like this is not normal. Like, and I think then guys are probably going to expect girls to maybe be as strong as me and sleep with this many guys and take it up the ass or do stuff like that isn't real life sex. It's kind of hard to wrap my head around.
But you do enjoy doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people forget it is my fantasy and this is what I enjoy. And so it's hard because you're like being selfish, but you're also not helping the situation.
I left Lily's house with
like,
more questions than
that's
answers.
also not your fault, I think, as like a sex worker. Right? Like, because you enjoy doing this content and having sex on camera or whatever, it's not your fault that other people will take that to mean that other women they run into should be, into the things that you're into, right? You're not responsible for other people's expectation of people. That's ridiculous.
I still couldn't understand why she felt the need to do what she was doing, and whether it was truly what she wanted to be doing. I thought it might be helpful to hear the perspective of another OnlyFans creator, so I reached out to Alex Letitia, also known as the Queen of Southampton.
So, now this is something I've wanted to know all day. Do I call you Alex or do I call you the Queen of Southampton?
Oh, either. No, you call me Alex. Basically, I went into OnlyFans because we were really, really broke. It was really last resort. I had never, ever sent anyone a nude prior to this ever in my life. So I was so naive going into it. I started off just doing bikini pictures and lingerie, but it is a slippery slope. And the demand is more. Before you know it, you're having sex on camera.
And is that something you regret?
There's a lot I regret on there.
Do you feel scared that you might ever have to start doing things you don't want to do in order to keep that money coming in?
It is scary, yeah, because people are starting to do the most outrageous things online. I've seen so much of it lately, and I think my daughter's already getting stick for what I do. And like I said, I don't really do anything controversial compared to all these other girls. And it just keeps being like leveled up and up and up of the expectations.
Well, on Saturday, I'm going to another OnlyFans creator, Lily Phillips, is planning to sleep with 100 men in a single day for OnlyFans content. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's really sad. I just worry about her mental health. I'm hoping it's a hoax and it's not gonna actually happen. I don't know. From what I've seen of her, I think she's like young and beautiful. I don't think she has to sleep with 100 guys in one day for attention. I don't know. It's like medically, is she going to be in a lot of pain? Mentally, you're going to be known as the girl that shagged 100 guys in one day, and I think that's really sad. The problem is that when you sign up to objectifying yourself,
This is
it's
like
you're
this is the so this is the other problem with content, sex work content. You run into a lot of people in the sex work industry, I think, that don't want to do that content, and so they project that onto other people. And I've met yeah, it's like there's some aspect of like swerf sex workers that exist that are real, and it's really sad because I've met content creators who do sex work who they love doing it. Their problem is like they wish that they could do more of other content, and the sex work that they have to do is like it's just very time consuming, and it's very energy like draining, and they just wish they could branch out more and do more, but they love doing the content. And I've also met other sex workers who they hate making sex work. They absolutely hate it. But when it feels like society has failed you and this is the only way that you could potentially retire at a reasonable age, it's not a surprise that people do that, right? Gabriel Helborn, thank you so much for the tier 1.
signing a deal with the devil. Like
Most people I know who quit OnlyFans, they quit it because of the effort. Yeah, it's one of those things that when it's done well, it looks really easy, but it's actually way more work than you think it is. And it's a deceptive amount of effort. There is the I've shown the video before, but there's a video from the woman who does like 1800s outfits. I don't know what the technical term for all of that would be. And she did an OnlyFans where she was like showing ankle, which would have been like, you know, ooh, how lewd for the Victorian. Yeah, she does like Victorian outfits. And so she did like this little ankle showing OnlyFans. And she described it as being like one of the most exhausting things that she thought. She did not anticipate the level of effort and work. And she only did it for a week. And she's like, I don't think I would ever do that again. That was so much work, actually. Because you have to sit there and you have to think of like, so there's a couple of things that we'll talk about really quickly, but you have to sit there and think of all these ideas, right? And you can't just do what everybody else is doing because the market is so saturated. You can't just post bikini photo, bikini photo, bikini photo, lingerie, 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 because you're competing against like hundreds or thousands of other people that are doing the same thing. So you have to have something that makes you marketable, that is more interesting, that's more unique, and ideally something that lets you hop on certain bandwagons. So like people who've done like Jinx cosplays recently after Arcane. And you have to come up with all this stuff, and a lot of times you're like trying to rush it to get it in time for the particular trend. And then you also have to like so the emotional or the creative labor of just like coming up with these ideas is already a lot of work. Then you have to like get all of the materials and make everything if you want to do any type of cosplay type of content, which is generally how a lot of very popular sex workers get to grow their content. And then you have to actually take all of these pictures, which anyone in here who's even tried to do selfies before, you take like 400 of them and none of them look good. And you're like, I fucking hate taking photos. Imagine doing that, but like, that's your job. So there's a lot of times where like I've had it happen where I try to take some pictures of something. I put together a little outfit that I think is really cute. And then I check the footage and it's like half of it is blurry. And I'm like, Or like the lighting was bad, or like the batteries are dying, or like I just didn't like how I looked in any of these. Like they just weren't up to snuff. Like they didn't, you know? And then eventually you like, I don't know if this is something that happens to other people who take a lot of photos, but you stop being able to recognize whether or not you look good. Like you literally don't know. At the very least for me, after a certain number of photos, I literally can't tell. Like I have to show them to other people and be like, can you tell me which one of these are not good? Because I don't know. I can't tell. Otherwise you need a photographer and that can get really expensive. Yes. I don't know. I feel like that means taking photos isn't your talent. I mean, there's no such thing as like innate talent, right? It's just a skill that you have to get better at slowly and slowly and slowly. And then with people who do actual like porn for sex work, you have to do video content, which is, I can imagine how exhausting that is. I don't know how, and I know it's happened. I know it's happened many times. I don't know how these people don't like drive themselves insane the first time that they find out that they weren't recording. Or like the footage got wiped because of some stupid bullshit. Or like the camera died in the middle of it. Like I would start breaking furniture. I'm an artist. I can attest innate talent is a lie. Yeah, there's no such thing as like innate talent for like basically anything. There's only like innate talent as far as like desire to want to do something, natural like desire to want to improve. But yeah, anyways, if you want to watch a video from a YouTuber who normally makes like other types of content, there's a video. I don't know if anyone has the link to it. I've shown it to you guys before, but she did a whole video where she talked about her process trying to do OnlyFans content, just like little, like, again, ankle showing Victorian content. And she was like, wow, I did not think it was this much work. Victorian clothing. Maybe I can find it really quickly. Yes, this one. This is the one. Making an OnlyFans for saucy Victorian ankle pictures. It's a very good video where she sort of breaks down her experience being someone who is not in the industry at all, and how she did not anticipate that effort. It's a very good video. I highlight 11 million views. Whoa. And the reality is most people who do OnlyFans don't make any money at all. Like the vast majority of the people who do it, it's just like you're not making that much money. It's like Twitch. Most people who stream on Twitch don't make any money at all, and then a couple people make a decent amount, and then a few people make millions.
Everyone is going to see you as a human being. It gets to the point where everyone objectifies you. That's the reality of it. You're like the cash cow.
Do you think the kind of thing Lily's doing this weekend is the future of OnlyFans?
I hope it isn't, but we keep seeing so many sort of outrageous stunts. Maybe people assume they have to do that in order to get attention and followers. So it is just going to have to get more outrageous, which is quite scary if you think about it. Oh, I'm just worried about the smell for you.
The smell?
Yeah, I feel like the smell will be bad.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Bye.
Bye. The whole thing, I think I'm realizing, is actually more mental than we originally thought. There are 100 men turning up to have sex with her for 5 minutes each in a single day. I mean, there's a decent chance that one of them is going to be dangerous. One of them might have a weapon, have a criminal record. A few of them will have STIs. I can just on a basic statistic, you can know that a few of them are going to have STIs. So let's just hope those condoms are good ones.
I had a sinking feeling that perhaps Lily hadn't fully thought through the challenge she was undertaking.
How are we looking? We're 1 week away.
I think we've got about 50% of them confirmed.
And then you're checking that they've done an STI test?
Yeah, so prioritizing guys who have STI tests. They have to screenshot the results kind of thing. But this is the thing with it, like you can never 100% know if they've had an STI test, and even if they had, they could have slept with 10 girls in between the test and things like that. It's not
And again, this is why her team is like, there should have been STI testing on site.
It's more just like, you know what you're getting involved in if you're willing to participate.
Are you going to kiss any of the guys?
Definitely, definitely. I feel like some of them would be a bit put off, especially when they know I've just had like 57 guys inside me or whatever.
Why do you think that would put them off?
I think it's more if someone's to my face. I can imagine that's what's put another guy off.
So you would let like these guys do that on your face?
Yeah, yeah.
And in your mouth?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What if they had HIV?
Is that where it comes from? With spunk in the mouth?
It can.
Oh, really? See, I've never really thought about that. Last time when I did it, that all of them could in their mouths. I can't really explain it. I get like serotonin, like from when people are like, oh my God, you're that on the internet. Sounds crazy.
I know, and I know you're saying that to me right here, but I don't believe that.
Really?
No.
I kind of love like ruffling feathers a little bit and people getting a bit like agitated by maybe the fact that I'm people think I'm like so sad and stuff like that, but that could not be like further from the truth. I don't think people realise like how happy this makes me. But I just think it's so funny and fun. I can't really put it into words.
Have you done anything to make sure there's not someone with a criminal record, for example, coming down?
We actually have not, no.
Do you feel safe?
Yeah. I mean, pretty sure I could take on some 50-year-old guy. No, I think it'll be fine. I'd like to think that...
This is what I mean when I say that, like, I hate this woman's team. They're literally, and this is like the biggest problem that I have with like OnlyFans agencies and anyone who works with OnlyFans models. They don't care at all about the safety of these people. They don't care. They literally don't fucking care. They are just there to get money from their cash cow. And that's it.
Guys on there, I don't know what.
9 people working for her and not one of them gives a fuck about her safety.
Do anyway.
It is London, like you've put out a public